Good morning, guys. It's been a few days since I last recorded, and we're back in the backyard. Surprise, surprise there. And I did some reflecting again, a lot of reflection through this process, and I realized that ever since I started my YouTube channel and got this camera, that I had been working like all morning, after dinner, and also on the weekends. And on Monday, yesterday, I woke up and I was just so feeling burnt out and exhausted, and I kind of came to the realization that not giving myself any time off. Hardly, like not at all. I haven't taken any days off since I started this process. So that was like 3 weeks of working straight. And so I was like, okay, I need to definitely take note of that. That I think recording is actually really fun. It actually keeps me away from screens and off of screens, and I'm very present in the moment, like setting up the shots and taking pictures. It's actually quite the opposite of being stuck behind a computer, and that was basically what I was getting burnt out on. So this morning and today we are going to have a productive yet softer work day, and I thought this morning I've been feeling really called to have a very spiritual morning. So I actually want to clear off this table, and I want to show you guys how I do my card reading divination, because I am just in need of spiritual guidance and to set up the space. That is a very important piece of ritual that I feel is very grounding. And while you are cleaning and setting up and grabbing the elements that you want to work with, you can think about your intention, and it just, for me, creates a much more stronger, clearer read. So let's go ahead and get everything cleared off, get the table set up. This is my favorite type of mess to have. We're gonna have a really, really, really nice spiritual morning. I'm so excited. So let me just walk you through some of the things that I have here. First thing that I have in this little bowl is a tea blend that I am going to put inside this teapot that my husband made for me for my birthday. And here's a little cup that goes with it. And so the blend that I have in here is a cherry hibiscus ginger blend. There's a few other things in there, I'm sure. I almost forgot. The most important thing in there of all is the blue lotus petals. So this is a flower that grows literally in the Nile River. And the Lion's Gate portal is closely linked to ancient Egypt, and so I feel that this is a very on point ingredient for me to be working with. And Blue Lotus has dream enhancing properties as well as calming properties, and it really decompresses and relaxes the nervous system. So this should help me get in touch with my spiritual side, help decompress my nervous system, and help me awaken my third eye before we go into this reading. And I will be drinking Blue Lotus flower every day, maybe even multiple times a day between now and the Lionsgate portal, again to help prepare my vessel. And tea is very cleansing. Tea helps you, obviously debloat and helps runs kind of like toxins and chemicals and like all those things. It helps the body detoxify. So this will be my way of preparing myself. Just go ahead and toss this in here. Give it a little stir. And then before I put the lid on it, let me show you how pretty it is. Just look how gorgeous that tea blend is. Couple other things. I can just move the teapot aside here. I have 2 cups. Also, my husband made these. And we are gonna go around the garden, and something that I just love to do is I call them little cups of flowers. So we have lots of little flowers, so I like to cut them and make 2 little mini bouquets as additions to basically the altar that we are creating to do our reading today. So I have some really special scissors that I'm going to use to cut the flowers with, and they're, in terms of decor and everything, they're very simple, but these did belong to my grandmother. So in this reading today, I always like to channel in my angels, my guardians, my spirit guides, and my ancestors to the reading, as long as they're conspiring with my highest self for my highest good. Not all of those entities may have my best interest, so that is also a very specific thing that I like to say and recommend to people when I'm talking about divination. And so, however, my grandmother is always welcome to any and all of my readings. And yes, so this is sentimental for me to use these scissors. And then I just found a couple altar cloths just to make sure everything doesn't get wet or anything by accident. And then I also have this beautiful silk scarf that my dear friend Brendan gave me. So I have this here to set up on the table as well. And then I like to include all 4 elements in some way into my readings. So I have a candle here for fire, crystals, and flowers, and of course being in the garden and the plants all represent earth. And then I have incense here that I'm going to use to cleanse the cards, the dowsing pendants, the crystals, basically the whole space, including myself. So that represents air, but also could be viewed as the element of fire. And then let's switch this over. And I will be listening to a meditation prior to us actually dealing the cards, just to get in touch with my breath. And I also like to cleanse the deck while I'm meditating. So this is the dowsing pendant. So let me just walk you through the cards that I use. So this is the first deck. This is called the Spirit Song deck, and it is a beautiful deck. It uses some pieces of the tarot, but not quite. It has 4 suits. It's crystals, feathers, shells, and then acorns are the 4 suits. And each card has an animal attached to it. So that really aligns with me, and I feel that aligns with a lot of people because people really resonate with animals. I believe that our souls may have fragments of past lives where we were animals. And then this was actually the deck that helped me connect with my spirit guide Feather. So that is where my name is now Feather, and also it is the name of the brand that I am building. So this deck is very important to me. The next deck that I have is this Alchemy of the Spirit deck, and this is modeled after, well, no, actually this one's not modeled after the tarot. This one follows a totally different level of a different type of organization. So when you read from this deck, there are 3 sections. So there is the first one is different spiritual places, and each place has, obviously it's attached to meaning. There are symbols, so things like swords and hearts and coins, just different, each one of those symbols comes with a guide or a message from your spirit guides. And then there is an animal. So also really fun. Anything to do with animals always warms my heart. And in each card, there's a sweet little cat that's drawn into every card. So that's pretty cute and whimsical. So we will be drawing from this deck as well today. And then last and certainly not least, this is my tarot deck. And this was the first deck that I'd ever been given, and actually it was the first deck that I'd ever received a reading from in the same deck, and I was just completely enamored with this gold and black foil deck, and he later surprised me and gifted me one of my own. So I will be drawing 3 cards from this deck, 3 cards from this deck, and then 1 card from this deck. Prepare the flowers, drink some tea, do our meditation, and I am already feeling so good just doing this and getting set up. I just really puts my soul at ease, and I feel so clear-headed and energized, and I feel humbled and so grateful, and I'm really excited to share this practice with you because I know that so many of you are trying to find your way to commune with the spirits and to find meaning and to rediscover and see your own soul. So I think that this can definitely help inspire you or give you some ideas and show you that it's a really fun and inviting practice, and I hope that you can emulate some of these ideas and feelings and emotions and practices into your own, because they are, centuries old. They're centuries old, and so I believe that your ancestors and guardians and angels commune in the same way, so it's a great way to connect with them. angels, my guardians, my ancestors, and my spirit guides. Only the entities that are conspiring with my highest self for my highest good. Please take these offerings of tea and flowers and incense. Please give me guidance on this next step of my journey. Any words of wisdom or kindness or warning or future insight that you can share with me to help guide me along my journey will be deeply appreciated with all of my heart. Hear my prayers and know that I love you, and know that I live intentionally with each day to honor you and to bring goodness into the world. I'm calling in community. I'm calling in abundance. I'm calling in safety and joy. And my prayers go out to all of my loved ones. I hope that you are comfortable, and I hope that your bellies are full, and I hope that your health remains good and strong. That is my intention for today's card reading. These are the gifts that I have to offer in exchange for your guidance. Housing pendant will turn right if this is the deck that I should draw from first, or shake back and forth for no. That is not the deck to draw from first. Is this the deck to draw from first? Is this the deck to draw from first? Yes. This deck has 3 sections: places, symbols, and animals. So I must shuffle each one and draw a card from each. Can you confirm that these are the cards I was meant to draw? Yes. Is this the deck that I was meant to draw from next? Yes. Is this card that slid one that I need to draw? Yes. Are there other cards in this deck that you would like me to draw? Oh, saying no. Last but not least, is this card for me? Yes. the hermit koala bear. The Six of Wands. Ah, the hummingbird. I knew I was gonna draw this card today. I swear. This was literally when I thought about this deck today and what card I thought I might draw. It was the hummingbird. But actually, this deck has a hummingbird in it too, so I thought I was gonna draw the hummingbird from this deck. The rose. And the bridge. So now that I have drawn all the cards, something that I like to observe is to see, is there any symbols or signs that I see in the cards that are the same? So one thing I can say right now is that in these three cards, there is a crescent moon in each of them, for example. Okay, so let's talk about the first card that I drew, the koala. And it says, it's the card number 9, and it represents contemplation and wisdom. And this is a major arcana card versus a minor arcana card. So this one is representing a large overarching theme in this arc of my life. So let's look up what the koala has, what message the koala has for me. Number 9 is also very, that's probably my favorite number, my special number, because my birthday is March 9th, 1993. So 9 is one of those, kind of special numbers to me. The hermit, koala, contemplation and wisdom. A beacon of well-being, koala is your guide in acquiring the rest needed to regroup and renew. A seeker of truth and wisdom, he illuminates the way. Calm and observant, koala stills the mind so that he may access higher wisdom. His solitary retreat gives him with time and space necessary for introspection. Koala encourages you to slow down and step away from your distractions of the world. Take time to gather your thoughts and find your inner balance. The answers you seek are already within. Wasn't I just saying that I was being very reflective and introspective? Interesting. Let's see what the other cards mean, and let's see if there's any themes across the board with the reading. The next card that I drew is the Six of Wands. So that is a fire card, and this one's actually been coming out often. I believe I pulled this card the last time I did a reading, but it was a group reading, and actually we were doing a group reading with a group of friends, and we were talking about, in this picture, in this card, it clearly looks like celebration. It looks like a parade. There's a wreath and a man on a horse. So this seems like a very optimistic, positive card, and so let's dive into the book and just see what message the card has to share with us. This is a minor card. Okay, it says, take a moment to celebrate yourself. Listen to others when they compliment you. They mean it. Rest easy for the moment. You are making strides in exactly the right direction. Heart happiness. Victory parade. Adulation. Support of others. Admiration. Success yet more to come. Alright, and then last but not least, we have the 3 cards that we drew from the first deck. So we drew the bridge, the hummingbird, and the rose. And then we are going to read them in that order. First card, the bridge. Moment of connection. Love comes from you. The universe extends its loving hand and with a whisper says, open your heart. When you close your heart, the person who suffers the most is you. It is time to let go of the wounds of the past and allow yourself to feel the love that you have to offer. Tear down the walls you've built to protect your heart because you no longer need them. Give yourself the grace to trust again. Your past experiences have been lessons. Don't let them turn into curses. Remember that every person you meet along the way comes with a purpose. Every soul you meet is a mirror to help you look within yourself and push you into growth. As you open your heart, you'll see how it creates a magnetic field for loving and like-minded individuals to come into your life. You don't need to chase people or relationships. What is meant for you will find you. Your only task is to be open to receive it. Let's move to the hummingbird next. Spirit of resilience. Feeling the bottom will give you the impulse to rise. The spirit of the hummingbird wants to remind you that it is at the bottom where you earn your wings. As the little birds at a nest have to jump and hit bottom before they can fly, you too will have to dare risk falling and then rise by learning how to handle the obstacles that come into your life. It is hitting the bottom and meeting your shadows that will pull a warrior out of you. You see, your spirit needs challenges to grow, to the point that if you try to avoid your real problems, your mind will end up making up imaginary ones. But somehow your spirit will find a challenge itself to grow and evolve. This doesn't mean you need to suffer. Quite the contrary. Resilience means being able to endure hard times with peace in your heart. Being resilient is not about surviving, but thriving as much as possible. In time, you'll see the gift behind the challenge, and you'll understand that life doesn't get easier, but you become stronger and wiser. There is so many reasons that really resonates with me, and what I can share is actually I bared witness to this exact concept that they're talking about. We actually had a family of cardinals nesting in our backyard earlier this summer, and I remember first finding the baby cardinal, and it had literally just fallen out of its nest, and I was really scared that it was injured or something like that, but it just kind of softly fell from the tree and was just on the ground. And within a couple days, he started to learn little by little how to jump and how to fly, and it was just so beautiful to watch that whole process. And so I resonate with this because, you know, I did hit rock bottom this year with my career, and it is a huge reason why it gave me the push that I needed to be brave and to be seen and to start this channel and to invest in these items and to follow my heart and follow my soul. And so this card resonates with me so much, and I'd learned so many important lessons, and hitting that rock bottom did ignite my warrior spirit, and I feel so much stronger now, and I feel so much more confident in my voice and so much more confident in my gifts. And I'm grateful that I went through all those painful experiences this year because it brought me here. And the strength that I have now is not something that anybody can take away from me. That was a really powerful card, and that one means a lot to me. And the card number is 33, so 9 and 3s those are my special numbers. So yeah, and obviously the hummingbird means a lot to us. We actually, you know, our house has many names, and the hummingbird house is one of them. We call it fairy house, hummingbird house. It has a few other names, but yeah. And we have hummingbirds visiting our garden every single day, all the time right now too. So it couldn't just be more fitting with everything that's happening in the season that we're in. So we just have one last card, which is the rose. And the rose is card number 49. Sign of love and sacrifice. It will come when you're ready for it. The universe offers you a blooming rose, but it has thorns. This is a reminder that everything in life needs sacrifice. For everything you choose, there is something you must risk. And when it comes to love, choosing to love deeply means accepting the possibility of losing deeply. Loving means surrendering to the impermanence of life and accepting that every person is a gift that is only borrowed. But it is also important to remember that any kind of relationship requires work and commitment. Yes, you need to learn to let go many things, but you must also learn to hold on with devotion and give yourself a chance to resolve any conflict before abandoning the ship. And if you must release, do it with grace. Let people go with the same love and light which they came into your life. That's an interesting one. But one thing that I could absolutely work on is being better about communicating that with the people I love and care about. Sounds like I need to extend some roses to the important people in my life. But yeah, so that was it. We did the full reading. We made a big old beautiful mess. We had some fun with some flowers and some crystals, and my heart and soul just feel rejuvenated and full. So we can go ahead and tidy this up. So thank you so much for joining me in this beautiful afternoon to do this card reading. I hope that you took something away from it. I hope that you were able to generate some positive energy and some light into your life. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.